Before we jump into today's episode, if you're digging Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast, please know that in 2026, our 10th anniversary year, your support truly matters. Join us on Patreon at patreon.com/udownwithkpp. Memberships start at just $1 a month and help us bring you even more KPP. You can also support the show with new Ka-Pow merch on our TeePublic store. Please know we appreciate every bit of support, and on with the episode.
You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Every triangle has three corners. Every triangle has three sides. No more, no less. You don't have to guess. When it's three, you can see it's a magic number. Yes, it is. 3 is the magic number. And we are talking trilogies tonight on Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. I am one of 3 co-hosts, Jordan Lowe.
Oh,
Cliff Barnes.
You just blew my mind.
We ourselves are a trilogy of sorts.
Wow.
Hmm.
Shit.
He's been so
Cliff,
long.
you just because of your name, you get to be the cliffhanger second part. Here's
What?
of a trilogy. You're the cliffhanger.
Oh, of a trilogy. I gotcha.
We're going to do our best to rank our favorite movie trilogies tonight. We'll see how it goes. There's some all-time classics, some cult favorites, some personal, beloved films on these lists that we always pull some things out of left field. Some things that are obvious get left off the list. So who knows what's going to happen.
Oh, you'll hate this. You are all going to hate this.
Oh. Oh my.
Because rarely do we take our duties seriously. Because technically we should be stepping up the plate here to do the job that nobody else is willing to do and put these things in their place. We're only having about 11 spots. Can't just put them, all of them in here. But we get particular, want to put our special ones in there, and we leave out ones that the masses love. And, technically somebody's going to have to eat it and actually say some of these trilogies that deserve to be on the list. We will see what happens because we do what we want. Yeah.
When you mentioned this earlier in the week, I started to think about it, and I thought,
Oh, good.
have we done this before?
No.
And I was like, oh my gosh, 465 episodes or whatever the hell we're at now. And I was like, I remember doing this. But it turns out I was wrong.
Right.
We had done...
I agree.
But we had done earlier threequel movies. And that's what I was thinking of. Kind of threw me off there. I was like, I remember doing that. I just remembered the 3 being in there.
Yes.
But
so the best third movie of a franchise.
That's what it was.
We did that before trilogies.
We did.
Yep.
Yeah, we did that some time ago. That's so it was a good episode. So if you're listening, go back and check that out.
Yep.
All right, what's the rules?
Rules.
You get the wheel ready?
I got the wheel ready.
Okay.
We want to go ahead and spin the wheel, or you want to read the rules?
Well, I can tell you what your choices are going to be here.
Okay.
What packages you can pick up at the store here.
Okay.
Cliff, your camera keeps zooming in on you. It's cracking me up. It's happened multiple times. Let's see. It's just gonna be a top 11 between the trilogy of us. Package A, might I interest you in picks 7, 4, and 1? And that comes with 2 vetoes. Package B gets you picks 9, 8, 5, and 2, and just 1 veto. And package C gets you picks 11, 10, 6, and 3. But you get 1 veto and 1 veto override, in which you may override someone else's veto. But what was the stipulation with that? You can't, I don't know. You can override someone else's veto, but not if they were vetoing you. You'd have to be the third person. You'd have to complete the trilogy. Like
Wow.
if Jordan vetoed mine, you could override his veto.
We
or whatever,
brought that
but you
right
can't.
back.
But not if I vetoed yours. You couldn't override it. You got it. All right. And, there's kind of the unspoken rules that I'll speak. It's, it's okay to, there's some maneuvering you can do. It's okay to play something lower than maybe you would like it to be because the others won't like it as high as you would put it. So you put it lower. That's fine because then if they want to veto it, if they don't want it at all on the list and they veto it at that low space, well, that's their problem when you put it up higher, So that way you're not like what I'm getting at. It would be ungentlemanly of you to put out something shitty that you don't even like, forcing them to use their veto so you can do whatever you want later. That would not be the right way to do it. But if you play something you like lower, that's the way to get it on the list. You may not be as high as you'd like, and if they don't want to risk a veto to see if you'll put it higher, that's their risk. You get the drift. We've done this a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been a while. Okay.
How strict are we being on the definition of a trilogy?
Ooh.
I feel like we can handle it. I think between the three of us, personally, I'm like, it's there's obvious trilogies. There's ones that have had movies past that, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna just get to pick the middle ones. You can't go, well, I actually like 2, 3, and 4 the best, so that's my trilogy. That's not a trilogy.
We're in an age of intellectual property, legacy sequels. Like everything's been drugged back out.
Yeah.
You can't make your own trilogy. You can't.
Right.
I think we will be able to agree.
Yeah, we're story focused more.
Right.
That's what we're going with over 3 movies.
We'll see. And again, we all have our own kind of what we find important about, what is the most important part of that, whether it is the story or it's or it's like, well, so many times 2 out of 3 are great.
Yeah.
So that might,
But you don't have to burn. You don't have to burn a veto if the other 2 don't agree that it even is a trilogy. We'll say we can.
If the other 2 say this isn't
not
a trilogy, if they agree it's not a trilogy, it's out. You get it up. You just pick again.
Okay.
All right, spin the wheel. There it is.
Ta-da. All right, guys, we're spinning the wheel. Everybody ready? Click to spin.
That's all faster it goes. Click it. Is this spinning? There we go. Oh my gosh. Where it stops, no one knows. Not on me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jordan. All right. Jordan?
We've removed you. Jordan, what package are you picking?
Oh. Give me B. I'll do the middle package.
It's a good package. I thought I could put you in the seat of a nice B package there.
All right, we're spinning the wheel again here, guys. Click that wheel. Ooh.
Oh, great.
Boom.
I come up with this idea, and I never get to...
Never get to pick anything? Oh, my goodness. Do I want number 1?
Yes, you do. If you want to get what you want at number 1.
That's true.
You get 2 vetoes to make sure it makes it there.
That's true, too.
Somebody...
What the heck? I'll go with A.
I love it.
I'm taking number 1.
All right.
This is already more exciting than I could have ever dreamed.
All right, that puts... That means I gotta go first, right? Okay. All right. Oh, I gotta look at my list. I have... I know of more, but I have 21 trilogies on my list to pick from. I'm sure I know there's more, but these are the ones I have noted.
Well, I only came with 11, so I didn't have nearly as many to pick through. So,
well, you only need 3.
I only need 3 now.
Unless, yeah, it's always good to have twice as many in case you get vetoed. So, should be all right. All right, I go first with number 11. This is 11. Get it on the list. This is my chance to put something on here that I'd like to be on here. What do I think this should be higher? Probably not. Probably not. But I think it should be on here. I watched part 3 of this yesterday. It's the only preparation I did was to watch part 3 of this trilogy to see if it was so bad that it would make this not be able to be on the list. And I decided it was not so bad that it would stop the fact that the first 2 movies are great. And it has many memorable moments to people that love this franchise. And so I feel real good at it being at number 11. And I am speaking of course, the Karate Kid trilogy. I love the first one. It's borderline in my top 10 movies all time just because it's just so good. Such a perfect movie. Builds up to a great finish. And the second one is also fantastic. And, it's almost as good. Some Lowe's would say it's better.
Some have gone out on that branch.
Yeah. And the third one has Terry Silver. And it's got jumping out from behind the cardboard cutout. Martin Cummings. And it's got bonsai trees and good stuff.
Karate's bad boy Mike Barnes.
Wow. It's got that. It's got good stuff. So I think that absolutely. I mean, I probably could have risked it at number 10, but I'm just going to slot it here in number 11 and be happy it's on here. What say you? Actually, first, Jordan, no. Cliff, you have to decide first.
No,
sorry. Jordan picked first, so Jordan always has to go first.
Okay.
As far as whether he's using a veto or not. So,
absolutely no complaints here. Agreed. Number 1 is a top 10 all-timer. Number 2 is just as fun, if not quite as great film. And 3 is fun as well. It's definitely has the cheesiest bits. But I enjoyed 3 quite a lot. And again, we had some legacy sequels, modern day. We had the next Karate Kid.
Yeah, this which I like the Hilary Swank one too. Like but yeah, there was a lot to like. It is kind of clunky because Ralph Macchio is like 30 in this movie, and the girl is like 16, and so there's no love story. They're just like, hey, we're friends.
No, I love it. That's a great.
Ralph Macchio is in the Hilary Swank one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Quit paying attention somewhere. No, she's in that's the 4th one or whatever. The next Karate Kid. Okay. I was saying the 3rd one that I was discussing. But anyway, I don't know why we're focused on the 3rd one. The 2nd one with the little drums and the honk in the nose and all that is great. I mean, like there's life and death stakes in the 2nd one. Like they really amp things up, and there's it's just Pat Morita is just killing it in all 3 movies, and I love it. Cliff, do you love the Karate Kid?
I do not love the Karate Kid.
He does not love
He does not. Are you going to use one of your 2 vetoes to?
So it's funny that I feel like that's why you put it at number 11, because you might have suspected I did not like it.
It's not. I didn't even think about you.
No,
I wish I would have pushed it up to 10 just to see if you would veto it, because I don't think you'll do it at 11. You'll say, it's not in the top 10. No, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't love these movies. I've seen the first one a bunch of times, and I would say it's probably, I guess, the better of them. I don't know. The 3rd one I don't even remember. But I did enjoy Cobra Kai. That was great, and I would say that probably made what I remember from the movies better for me. So yeah, number 11, I'm not going to waste a veto here. I know you guys both love this movie and adore the franchise, so I'm not going to touch it here. We'll let this one slide right in.
Okay. I love that it's there. We did it. Now, you have to give me a minute here because I got to think of it. I didn't know what picks I was going to have, so there's things I want on here. There's things that there's a chance you guys will name. There's only so many trilogies. But there's things I don't think you'll ever put on here that should probably be on here. And I may need to do my due diligence. And, so I'm going to, I want remembered for this. I want you guys can veto this if you want. I think it should be in the top 10, even though famously in Ka-Pow land, none of us love this trilogy. But I do like it. I really love the first movie. I think it's great. All-timer. And the next 2 have some boring parts and can be overlong. For some people, this is a religion. It's not for me, but I do respect them and enjoy them every few years. And I'm speaking of, people are going to think this is way too low, but you don't understand what I'm dealing with here, people. It would not stay on the list if I didn't put The Lord of the Rings.
Oh my 10. God.
He's saying that because he thinks it's too high. Just I wanted the audience to understand that.
Carry the fate of us all, little one.
Something stirs in the east. The eye of the enemy is moving.
Sam, Wood Elves. They're leaving Middle-earth, never to return.
The skill of the elves can reforge the sword of kings, but only you have the power to wield it.
So Gandalf thinks he has found the lost king of Gondor. It matters not. The world of men shall fall. This is my hour.
Back, you devils!
The weapon of the enemy has been found. Bring me back this mighty gift.
You are all going to die. But you know this, don't you, Gandalf?
Where is she? The woman who gave you that jewel.
The city of Osgiliath has been reclaimed for Gondor!
A day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day! This day we fight!
For Frodo.
The Lord of the Rings Trilogy Extended Edition. Look for it on Blu-ray.
This was one I wrestled with because, to me, like, it almost has to be on a list of trilogies.
It has to be.
But I thought,
for it to be a respectable list.
Spots? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking at my list, which that is definitely not on my list, and I'm like, I want to get this stuff on there. I know. I know. This would be two.
I know.
2 entries I don't even have written down.
I'm just saying, for this list to have any credibility, that trilogy should really be on there. I really like it. It's so high quality of telling that story, and it still holds up fantastically. I'm not in love with it like so many other people, and I love fantasy. And I think the first one, Fellowship of the Ring, I think that's a great movie. It has a great ending, cliffhanger and quotes and everything. The casting, everything is just fantastic in this. But Return of the King is like too long, has 600 endings. It's just like goes on, and I get burnt out on it, honestly. And these people every year, Thanksgiving or Christmas, they watch all 3 movies extended editions. Like they spend the entire day watching all 3 of these movies. And that's just not me. Like, I don't love it like that.
I'd rather watch the dog show on the holidays than...
Ugh. I hate whenever I go to a holiday thing and the dog show.
I know, me too.
I'm like, let's play some board games. You guys go watch the dog show.
Go ahead, Jordan. Sorry.
Yeah, this was a topic on our surprising movies we haven't seen, because Cliff and I both had on our list. We've never seen the full trilogy. But, like I said, most people who would listen to a podcast such as ours, this would be the first thing they think of when it comes to a trilogy. And like you said, they're shaking their heads right now and are ready to turn it off. But I had the same thing. I had it on my list, thinking if I had these last 2 picks, I probably needed to bite the bullet and put it on there just for our own well-being and the sanctity of this list. So I'm not going to veto it. I said it's not a personal pick, but for so many people it is. So, and I recognize the quality of it, the impact of the pop culture, the history it's had in pop culture and continues to have. There's not a lot of movies from 2001 that are still so revered and relevant to today. So I don't mind it. I don't mind having it on our list for sure. Even at number 10 is a little bit crazy, but that's KPP.
It is kind of insane. I'm really glad Cliff picked the other slot, because if I'd had to try to get this in at 7,
you forget.
There was no chance. There's no chance. No chance. So that's what I'm saying. Thank me, people, that it even got set here.
Would we put a three movies, an entire trilogy, on a list that none of us really care about?
I do really like it. I do really care. I care enough that I think it should be on this list. I think it is a top 10 trilogy of all time. I do believe that. I like it. You haven't even seen it.
I don't dislike them. It's like I'll get back to it someday.
It's not your thing. Well, it's never been your fantasy. Is not your thing. You've always said that.
Yeah, I don't have anything against it. I don't begrudge it whatsoever. It's just not a personal pick.
Yeah.
I do not like how this list is starting.
How it's shaping up.
Yeah.
Hey kid, Lord of the Rings.
It'll kick into gear here pretty quick.
Oh my God, I'm looking at my list though, and I'm like, I don't think at this rate I'm not going to have anything on there.
You didn't have a pick yet, anyway.
Oh my God!
You're trying to get me to spend on your picks. I'm doing the world a favor here.
I mean, if that's what you want to pick, yikes. Okay. I'm ready for Jordan to pick something here. I want to see something.
Okay, it's locked in.
I want to get a broader view of what this list is going to look like.
Well, it's never going to look like what you think. We've done this before. By the time we're done with one of these lists, every time there's ire.
Somebody's ticked off.
We always realize Cliff is in some other planet. Okay.
All right, so I spent a little time on this. I racked my own brain. I looked at some lists, and I narrowed it down to 20. And of those 20, there's 4 or 5 that I think are locks that we all would agree, and they're probably going to find their way on this list.
You would think.
Most of the ones of this 20 have no business being on this list.
Right.
And there's a handful. They'd be on my list easily, but I know they're just not you guys' movies. So I'm trying to find something, thread that needle, and not squeeze something in here again that we all kind of, aren't into. But again, I feel this one's big enough pop culture wise. We'll see where you guys are. I would go at number 9 with the Alien trilogy.
Just tell me one thing, Brooke. You're going out there to destroy, right? Not to study, not to bring back, but to wipe them out.
Sure that it's not there. I mean, it's got to be around there somewhere. Oh, God, it's moving right towards you.
Get away from her, you bitch!
8 meters. 7. 6.
We got a deal! It dies first, then you!
Three completely different directors making 3 completely different movies. Ridley Scott's Alien, 1979. James Cameron comes back in 1986 for Aliens. And then David Fincher makes Alien 3 in 1992. Just kind of cream of the crop of the sci-fi horror action worlds. Still making spin-offs and TV shows and comic books and video games today. But those original 3 are just kind of the core. Now 3 doesn't have the reputation of the first 2, but again, I think the first 2 are strong enough to bring 3 along with it. And I watched 3 not too long ago, and it's entertaining enough. So I'll see if we can slot that in at number 9, just inside the top
10. Okay, Cliff.
Finally, something I had on my list. I pretty much what Jordan said. The first movie is, all time classic sci-fi horror. Everybody and their aunt knows what it is, knows the scene of the thing the chest bursting and that thing running across the floor.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
And I really like the second one. I think it's a really solid movie, and from 1 to 2, it's not a big drop off in entertainment value at all. It has its own little classic moment. So the third one is I think I went and saw it in theaters. Winona Ryder and Sigourney in that one, and it's fine. I think it's as a 3-parter. I think it's worthy enough for number 9.
I'm shocked. I would have never guessed either one of you would put this on here, and I'm all for it. Let's just put it on here. It's been forever since I saw the third one. I didn't even really put too much thought into this one because I was like, I love the first 2, all time. But the third one is just like kind of famously weak. And there's so many trilogies out there. Like I'm like, where I'm like, oh well, they really, all 3 movies should be strong. But I haven't seen it forever, and I love the whole franchise.
Yeah,
I dig it. I did not think you guys cared about it at all, and I can't imagine you watching the first one and loving it nowadays. Like, when was the last time you watched it? It's like pretty slow.
It's been a few years. I mean,
yeah,
but
I figured you would like the James Cameron one, but it's more popcorny.
Yeah, growing up, I definitely liked the second one better. But which the second one would have I'm sure prompted me to see the third one.
Oh yeah.
But
I love the newest one, Romulus. Have you seen Alien Romulus?
I think I watched a little bit of it.
Oh, it's good. It's a really fun alien movie.
I have it's silly, but having ridden the great movie ride at MGM / Hollywood Studios all those years from 1989 on, and just being in the ship and the aliens dropping down from the ceiling and out from the sides as you're slowly moving through there, and this is Alien with Sigourney Weaver, that whole thing. Yeah.
I like I said, lock it in. Number 9, Alien. Great pick. Love to see it on the list. So Jordan goes again at number 8.
Even tougher. I have 3 picks left. And you guys are going to be a little more discerning, I'm sure. Well, I feel like Seth would definitely have this higher, but I'm going to go ahead. I'll take some pressure off him to put it on the list, and I will add the Captain America trilogy. Number 8. First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. There's a whole lot of superhero trilogies. This is my favorite. It's from front to back. They nailed the origin story. They nailed the political espionage thriller in the second one. And then they blew it up as a big superhero bonanza in the third one, Civil War, which I know we've discussed all these movies at length in other lists. But as a cohesive trilogy, I love it. Chris Evans is the perfect Captain America. So I'm sure we would have superheroes somewhere on this list. So I'm happy to go ahead and try to slide it here.
Cliff, what do you think of the Captain America trilogy?
Yeah, no argument here. I think they're all really good movies. As a whole, I like the first two a little better, probably. We've talked about that before, but yeah, I mean, they're all three really good movies.
Shocked. Again, shocked. Didn't even think this would make the list. Yes, I had it higher, but didn't think I'd probably even necessarily be able to get it on here because there's so many superhero movies out there. I certainly, I'm not going to bother trying to wrestle with the placement here. I'm happy it's on here. Yeah, this is my favorite superhero trilogy. Obviously, yes, the perfect on-screen Captain America. I love all three of these movies. I actually like Civil War the best, but they're all. I can't pick one of my children over the others. This is a trilogy. All three movies are bangers, and it's just fantastic. Absolutely should be here.
There's probably superhero movies I like a little better or enjoy a little more, have watched more times, but as a whole, as three movies together telling one story, there's nothing better than Marvel Universe than Captain America 1 through 3.
Totally agree. Well, you killed it, Jordan. So Cliff.
And they just crossed over. Captain America just fought Alien in the comic book, so I just had a comic book crossover.
That's true.
They're both fresh on the brain.
So Cliff, you get your first pick at number 7.
Number 7. So, I always do these a little differently, and maybe there's always a surprise pick towards the bottom for me, but I feel like there are some obvious choices. I get that. Then I had a few.
I will say we're up to number 7.
Yeah.
Just before you pick, I want to look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see it. At least 4 that are just no-brainers should be on here.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a good thing we're only at 7.
Okay. Just want to be clear.
You keep talking about the bottom of the list, and 7
We're not.
Well, no.
We picked the bottom of the list. We got to do the fancy stuff.
I think this is a very Ka-Pow pick. And I think... as far as a trilogy goes, and 3 movies that are all very, very good, including the third one, and maybe even, I don't want to say especially the third one, but including the third one, because that third one really hit me pretty hard. By the time it came out.
Oh my God, I know what he's gonna pick.
Number 7. I'm gonna go.
This wasn't even on my list, but I know what you're gonna pick. I thought of you. I did think of you. I know what it is.
With the classic Kevin Smith Clerks trilogy.
Somebody get over it. That's how we did it in the 90s, son.
Can't catch my breath, man.
Really? Should I try mouth stuff?
What is this, a Tinder date? Get off of me. Oh, shit.
Mr. Dante! I need an ambulance at the Quick Stop.
Saved my life, man. Wish I had a life worth saving.
What are you talking about?
Sit around and watch the same movies over and over.
I always thought you could have made a cool movie.
You're right. I'm living on borrowed time. No more watching movies.
I'm gonna make a movie!
What's the movie gonna be about?
It's about him working here.
Meta.
Everything in the script is something either me or someone I know said.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Maybe Jay and Silent Bob could be characters.
Jay and Silent Bob are like C-3PO and R2-D2. They've been here since the first movie, which was the last time they were cool. But they've been with the franchise so long, they still give them cameos and put them on the lunchboxes.
Snifty Booches! Please tell me why. I believe in you.
You put in that stuff you used to say about the Death Star contractors.
Get sued by Disney? No way.
Now that's what I call acting!
Take off your pants.
What the hell is this?
I added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not letting you kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel?
A sequel? What am I, a hack?
I think it needs more weed.
Because you got your heartstrings pulled on that third movie.
I did, and you know what? It was such a phenomenon when the original came out, and it was like it was a movie that was ours. A type of, it was an independent film that came out of nowhere and through the film festivals, and there was all this buzz about it, and it's black and white. He paid for it with a credit card, and all of these things building it up. And I could have been so easily let down, but it was vulgar and raw and just absolutely hilarious. And just, the slice of his life, story with these weird characters on the side, and that were also, they were interesting, not just funny and silly, doing silly things, but yeah, I mean, each one of the movies has this, this kind of heartfelt thing to it, that I love.
You love it. You got to put it on there.
That's right.
Jordan?
It's funny, because to me, when I think of a trilogy, I would think of like the Jersey trilogy, Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, his first three movies. They have Jay and Silent Bob in them. They have characters that cross over. So that would be. I never even thought about Clerks having three.
I would probably
specific sequels.
I would have argued with you on that.
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't have. Yeah, I wouldn't have put that on the list because that's. But yeah, Clerks. They were decades apart, but yeah, it's Clerks 1, Clerks 2, and Clerks 3. That's a much more cohesive trilogy for sure. And I get there are people who just can't stand Kevin Smith, and there's people who worship Kevin Smith, and I've always respected the guy. He makes a bunch of garbage. He's goofy. He wears his heart on the sleeve. I can never be mad at him. Like like you said, he's one of us. He's a nerd who made good and continues to do what he wants to do and pursue the projects he wants to do. So yeah, I don't like the sequels anywhere near as much as the first one. Cause I watched that first one over and over again.
Sure.
Foundational to my movie loving self. But yeah, 2 and 3 just were nowhere near that first one. But I can't begrudge you wanting it on the list, I guess. Because I do. I love Kevin Smith, and I love Clerks.
Yeah, I always feel like I really like the third movie because I feel, after those decades in between them, it just pulls them in together into such a complete story. It makes 2 better, and I'll watch 3 every now and again, and then I'm like, oh, I need to go back and watch 2 again, like, just to live through the whole thing again. I like it.
Was that your final answer, Jordan?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I won't do anything at 7. I don't know if it does. I would have liked this lower, but you didn't get a chance to pick it low.
Did not.
And nobody else was going to pick it, so it's where it is. Of course, Clerks is great. But yeah, the sequels aren't as good, but I will say that they did get me with the end of, with the third one, like,
yeah,
but yeah, I'm not going to use my veto here. I only have one veto. I'm not going to do it here. 7, that's fine. I like it. Clerks. So that makes my turn 6. Okay, I got to decide where these would go. Let's see. Well, sorry, this is important stuff.
Goes into the annals.
That's true. It's true. That just made me even nervous. I only have one pick after this, so I got to make this good. I'm hoping you guys do the Lord's work from here on out. I'll throw something at the wall here, see if it sticks. I've got it narrowed down to 3 trilogies.
Middle picks I think the middle picks are hard.
Because I really do feel all 3 of these trilogies, only one of them even has a chance of getting on here, I think. I was like, but like, they're all 3 good trilogies. One of them, I just don't think it's quite as important. Like, so, and one of them, I don't even really believe is a trilogy. But it is. And the other one is. All right, I'm going to go with the Knives Out trilogy. These are Ryan Johnson's Benoit Blanc mysteries. We had Knives Out, then Glass Onion, and then this past year we had whatever the third one was called. I really liked it. What was that called? Wake Up Dead Man. Yeah. So these are, I like mysteries. I like all of these. They're thinkers. Takes a couple times to watch them. Get everything. I've seen Knives Out multiple times. How do you guys feel about the Knives Out trilogy?
I feel like they're going to make a bunch of these, so it's only a trilogy for a short time. So if you want it on the list,
everything's only a trilogy for a short time. There will be a Clerks 4.
Yeah, I like these movies a lot. 1 was outstanding. 2 was a little bit of a disappointment for me, and then 3 was right back up quality wise. So it's so new. I don't think I even thought of this when I was doing my list. So I hadn't even considered it, but it's good stuff. But is it great?
What is it? Great stuff. Yeah, this is not a sabotage pick here, and this is, I really believe it deserves to be on the list, but I could see it being beat. So whatever you guys think.
I don't think I would. I know they mean a lot to you, and I like them a lot. So here, halfway down the list, I'd be okay with it.
All right. Yeah, I thought. Here we go.
Good.
No. I was just gonna say I agree. I thought the middle one was probably the weakest because I rewatched this last one, Wake Up Dead Man, and got just really got a lot out of it. I remember talking it up in the Pooh Bah Awards and stuff. So, but again, there are so many trilogies.
Yeah, the middle one, Glass Onion.
Yeah.
It's fine. The first one tried to watch after I'd seen the second one. I don't think I got through it. The third one, I was not digging, and yeah, no. So I got to veto this one.
Oh yeah, Cliff's using one of his vetoes. So Knives Out, first one.
So yeah, that's not not all these have been unanimous picks, but I feel like everyone's we've picked so far have a huge pop culture impact. Knives Out not quite so much. So if it doesn't have that decades long pedigree and we don't all agree on it, I guess vetoing it was probably the right.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list here, and I just feel like I've got a lot stronger movies that have an impact more over time.
There's one that one trilogy I really love that I'm just not even going to say. I'll save it for honorable mentions because I don't want. It's one of those situations where I don't want to make you guys burn a veto just because I know you probably don't care about these movies. So I'm like, I'm not interested in just people burning vetoes.
That's my whole list. Is movies I know you don't care about.
Right. So it's just like, I don't want to. We'll talk about them afterwards. So I'm just not going to throw garbage, what I think you guys would not care about, on there. Yeah, I don't know where to. I'm really curious what you guys are thinking. I think you guys agree with me about. There's probably 4. Like I still say, there's 4 that I just think are just locks. That only leaves 2 spots for something else. I feel like one of them should be this. And I don't know what you guys are going to do with the other one or where it'll be. I'm going to throw this out here because curious what you guys think. And it's only a trilogy in name. So I'm going to go with the Cornetto trilogy, which I'm sure was on Jordan's list and not on Cliff's because he doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I was expecting. Jordan to say, "Yep, this was on my list," and Cliff to go, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
Yeah, I did. It would have been super high on my list, but I wasn't gonna pick it because it's a nebulous trilogy, and I don't know where you guys stand on it.
If we decide that it doesn't qualify, I'm willing to pick again, and nobody has to burn anything. But let's discuss it. Only reason I felt it was absolutely eligible was because it's called the Cornetto trilogy by everyone out there that isn't Cliff. But Cliff, you know this trilogy and love it. It is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World. What is it?
World's End.
The World's End. It's known as the Cornetto trilogy. Why, Jordan? Explain that.
Because there's reference to the British ice cream, the Cornetto in each one. And someone asked Edgar Wright in an interview, it was, I think after maybe the second one, and he made a joke about, yes, I have the 3 colors trilogy. He has the 3 flavors of Cornetto trilogy, just basically joking. And then people have just labeled that ever since. So each movie has a very passing reference to this ice cream that they eat. It's taken on the life of its own.
So if we feel like that's just a silly name and it isn't really a trilogy. So should we just remove it, or did you feel like you like this here?
I like it.
Cliff, thoughts?
These movies aren't related, correct?
There's ice cream.
Yeah.
We just told you.
What's the third one?
At World's End.
The World's
End. Or The
World's
End, whatever.
They go to the
bar.
pubs. There's aliens have invaded this small British town. They go on the pub crawl. I think we gotta axe it.
Okay. We got to mention it. We got to say that it was like, we know it exists. We considered it, but it's not really a trilogy other than in pop culture,
Just the same writer, same director, same stars, and basically spoofing. Yeah. One is a horror movie spoof, one's an action movie spoof, and one's a sci-fi movie spoof, basically. Right. So it's thematically they're entwined, but yeah, as far as a specific trilogy, definitely not.
Okay, Ka-Pow, we do what we want. Okay. So then I said Cornetto, and no. But nobody had to use veto for that. That was a community veto. Okay. Wow. Now I'm scared of what to put. I'm going to let you guys make some moves here. And I'm going to put one of those things that I think should be on the list here. I'm going to put the one that I think should be the lowest on the list. I'm going to go with the first 3 Toy Stories.
To infinity and beyond!
The trilogy of Toy Story movies, 1, 2, 3. Even though I thought 4 was good, looking forward to 5. But Toy Story 1, 2, 3 is like a complete story. Andy grows up, toys get passed on, all that. It's like good, solid. Where the first movie's a cultural phenomenon, and the last one's the best. Just the tear you apart. It's solid. It absolutely should be on here, in my opinion. But there's ones I like higher. So I'm sure you probably would like it higher, Cliff. But Jordan, what do you think of the Toy Story trilogy? Seen it? Heard of it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't on my list here of 20, but can respect it. We're a Disney-leaning podcast for sure.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm the one putting it on here. It's more of like a blocker. It's like I just want it. I want to leave room for other stuff.
So, yeah, absolutely. Complete story. Had they stopped at 3, nobody in the history of the world would ever had said, "Boy, I wish, they'd make another one." Perfect ending to that story, and I think the second one is super strong. We watched it.
It's good.
Like a week ago.
It's a great movie. They're all 3 great.
Yeah.
That's why it needs to be on here, because they're all great.
They're all really good. So, yeah, I absolutely think it belongs on the list. Maybe I would have had it a little bit higher, but I can certainly deal with that.
See, I left you guys room to play around there. I put Toy Story on there for you, Cliff.
Wow.
And I put Lord of the Rings for everybody else. And Karate Kid was just for me.
Oh.
All right. Well, we're more than halfway through the list. I'll count them down where we're at. At 11, I picked Karate Kid trilogy. Nobody had a problem, really. Cliff bit his tongue. At 10, Lord of the Rings. I felt like it needed to be in that top 10, and I got it through. Everybody decided they didn't want to burn any vetoes. At number 9, Jordan had the Alien trilogy, which is, of course, classic. And then number 8, the Captain America Marvel trilogy there, which is phenomenal. Could have been higher, as high as number 2. Then we got Cliff coming in with the Clerks trilogy, because it makes him have the feels. And we decided sometimes we have the feels. We're going to back him up. Then I came in at number 6 with Knives Out. They weren't loving that. Cliff vetoed it. Then I came back with the Cornetto trilogy, which we all kind of communally decided didn't necessarily qualify. And so I put Toy Story 1, 2, 3 on the list. Everybody agrees it should be here. So at number 5, we're at the top 5. Jordan has 2 picks. Cliff has 2 picks. I have 1 pick left. Jordan at number 5. What are you doing?
This is impossible.
It's impossible.
Everything left deserves to be higher than 5.
Wow.
But there's not spots for all of these, so crazy.
And you don't even know what Cliff's going to pick with 2 of his picks.
Right.
So I'm left with something I didn't even want to pick at 9 or 8.
I couldn't figure out. There are things I could have picked last turn, like other than the ones I already picked at that turn. But I was like, I can't. I felt like I was just going to keep naming stuff that did not deserve, and I don't know what I'm not thinking of that you guys are. So I want to leave room for something great. So this better be good. Is what I'm saying.
Well, that's the trouble is I don't want to slot one of my, definite locks here at 5. That's way too low.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I don't think you guys will, because Seth has famously not seen these movies.
Uh-oh.
I hate to even pick it. Why would I pick a movie he hasn't seen?
Yeah, there's a couple trilogies that just aren't you guys. Like, I was just like, I can't pick those. They're not going to like them. I feel, it's no fun to throw stuff out there that nobody
But my other pick is, the pick I'm leaning toward is a personal pick for me, and the other pick's like, well, this is what everyone would say should be on this list. So neither of them are great options.
Well, just go with your heart.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just leave something off of here that definitely should be there.
This is where I'll put the Godfather trilogy.
I was one of the ones that I just said I didn't say because I didn't think either of you cared about them.
I don't really. Like, again, the first two are so good, so important, so culturally, but like the third one, it's barely even a trilogy because no one cares about the third one. It's kind of a punchline.
There's a new cut that supposedly is better, and which I didn't hate the third one. I've only seen it once a million years ago, and I didn't hate it. And there's some famous line. There's definitely a very famous line from that movie, but it's got some weak stuff in it. But that's a huge. Those first two movies are, both in the top 5 movies of all time. Usually,
So that's what kind of drags it over the line for me. That it is technically a trilogy, and the first two are beyond classic. So 5, right. Okay, I can live with it being a 5. Can you guys?
Clef, what do you think of The Godfather? Big Godfather guy.
I don't really care about The Godfather.
What? Shocking.
Yeah, I know. I've never understood why people love these movies.
Mob movies?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, yes. But these in particular, like, I've seen it. It's fine, but I have never had the desire to I want to watch The Godfather, ever in my life.
I'm not too far off from you, Cliff. They aren't my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Again, I'm leaning toward what I feel like should be on the list, maybe. So maybe this isn't a about pick. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Wow, I guess it got real tense when your camera zoomed in on you, Cliff, right?
Special effects.
And so whenever you put your head down, it goes like, dang.
Looking at my list here, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3.
I knew it was
4.
you, Pompitos.
And I'm like, well, what else would he pick here? I feel like there's a pretty good one that I thought Jordan was going to pick, but he didn't.
There's several, but they deserve to be higher than 5, so I'm kind of holding my breath here.
We're going to put them all in there in the top. Put them all in there.
Put them all in there.
I'm sure we can fit them all in there.
I mean, I'm like, what 5 are they talking about? Because I can't find 5 that really, would be this high. All right, I'll risk it.
In what way? By using or not using a veto?
I'm moving on. I'm pushing through.
You're leaving Godfather at 5?
You're it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm definitely fine with the Godfather trilogy here. I enjoy those movies. Got the first 2 I just bought on 4K. Nick's never seen them. We're gonna watch them. I'm gonna pick up the 3rd one. So yeah, I love these. Like, again, it's not my top 100, but they're great movies that I love, and I'm glad to see them on here. I didn't think you guys, would ever put it on here, so I didn't bother. Well, let's see. So Cliff gives you the number 4 pick.
Does indeed. Like I said, I didn't really have 5 this high. It's kind of why I went with this package, Did less picks because I didn't have very many actually that on my list. And
this is where it gets dicey. We're in the top 4, and Cliff has 2 of these picks, and he doesn't know what they could be.
Right.
That's where we get.
Right.
But that's the fun of it. That's the excitement. What are we doing?
Top 4. That better be an all-timer.
It's got to be all bangers. But I got the 4th pick. I got 3 movies really left here.
There's 3 you think should be in the top 3, so don't use those. So pick something different here. That's what you're telling me. You've got 3, so don't pick those 3.
3 that I feel really good about. And everything else I feel like you guys are going to hate.
Okay, well, pick one of those because we don't.
Well, yeah, but if I pick that and somebody vetoes that, then I got to pick another one. So
yeah,
I don't know.
This does feel like a
we
rerun.
got to start getting.
Got to get a little crazy.
Whatever, your pick, man.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pick one of those 3. Pick one you think deserves to be in the top 5, and we'll figure out. We'll figure out what else to slot in here. Is that what you want to do?
So, not really. I feel really good about my 3 being at the top.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So, here at number 4, it's got to be better than The Godfather.
You only have a couple picks, Cliff, so
I do.
On the list.
You do what you want to do.
Toy Story would have been great right there at number 4, I felt like, but it's
I
already
was
on
doing
the
you a
list.
favor.
It's already on the list. And, I think, why not? And at number 4, I want to start the conversation with Die Hard.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay.
You're the wrong guy in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Story of my life.
This is simply the beginning.
Sorry, Hans, wrong guess.
There's the right way.
This is a bad idea.
Freedom. Not yet. The wrong way. And there's McClane's way.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Where the hell are you going, McClane? I know what I'm doing. Even God knows what you're doing.
Happy trails, Hans.
The Die Hard Collection.
We get together, have a few laughs.
Die Hard, Die Harder, and Die Hard with a Vengeance.
There you go.
What do you have to say about this trilogy, Cliff?
Well, I think as far as a consensus, everybody loves Die Hard. It's, debatable if it's a Christmas movie. I think we would probably say it's a Christmas movie.
100%.
It's a classic. Tons of quotable lines and moments. The second one, breeded a need for a second movie. It's the airport movie again. It's Christmas again. It's a fine movie. We're bringing back most of the cast.
Right.
And then there's the third one. And personally, I love Die Hard with a Vengeance. I think Sam Jackson, throwing him in there with Bruce Willis, it's a great buddy movie. I think it's got a really good villain in Jeremy Irons. A lot of times that third movie peters out. I really feel like this one, it was entertaining. Maybe it's not the greatest cinema out there, but they're action movies. They're supposed to be fun and exciting and, good characters. Yeah. That's how I feel.
All right, Jordan,
Cliff,
you're next.
You don't know how much I agree with you. This was pretty high up my list, but I thought I'm never going to be able to argue this onto this list, so I didn't even try. But I love these movies.
Yeah.
2 is a little bit of a step. 1's like a perfectly written, perfectly shot, perfectly acted action movie. Changed action movies from the over-the-top 80s to the more sensitive man of the 90s. 2's a little bit of a step down, but it's still fun. And I love 3. I had it on VHS, watched it over and over. The puzzles he has to solve, racing throughout the city, and Sam Jackson's the perfect sidekick for that mission. So I love Die Hard trilogy. I'm shocked we're even talking about it, but 4 is a little bit crazy, but
I thought this is what you were going to pick at 5. I really did. I was expecting it. So when you said The Godfather, it kind of blew up my strategy a little bit. So
oh, guys. I was too. But this is the beauty of it. You should thank me for bringing this to the table, because look at us finding out, as much as we know each other, we all secretly wanted this on the list, and nobody was brave enough except Cliff in a panic at number 4. This is slotted right in there around my Shaun of the Dead picture, Knives Out and stuff, and I'm just like, they'll laugh me off the table if I say the Die Hard trilogy, but I love this. All 3 of these movies. The third one, the second one's the weakest, but it's still great. And the third one it wasn't even supposed to be a Die Hard movie. Like, that's just a movie script that they just took and made it Die Hard. They're like, this is a great script. Let's make it a Die Hard movie. And I'm so glad they did. And Jeremy Irons is great. And Samuel L. Jackson's great. This is like one of his, really put them on the map. I love this trilogy. I'm a big Die Hard guy. So number 4 sounds like a perfect spot for it.
We did it.
Look at us. We don't care what you people think. Lord of the Rings is at 10. Shut up.
All right, the big 3 to go.
Big 3. I think we all know what our jobs are here. At number 3, I'm doing my job and picking Back to the Future trilogy. Back to the Future top 5 movie for me. At one point, when I was 13, it was my favorite movie I'd ever seen in my life. It's just like, it has shaped my life in a lot of ways. I love time travel because of this movie. I love just everything about it. It's like the perfect 80s movie as far as I'm concerned. Like, it was everything to me. So, and some would say that it gets weaker. The third one is considered the weakest, and I agree, but they mean so much to me. I will never forget going in October. I think it was honestly I don't remember. It was October 1st and then April, or I think that's what it was. Second one was in October and the third one was in April, or vice versa. But I remember going with a friend of mine. I believe I was a senior in high school, and that's what it was. It was in '89. I'm pretty sure the second one came out in October, and I went and saw it, Town Square, and that cliffhanger ending, and like, we'll see you in 6 months thing. We looked at each other and we're like, we are going to be right here in 6 months. Like, this was the most amazing thing we've ever seen. Like, just a perfect sequel with a great cliffhanger setting you up for the third one. Like, the anticipation was so intense. That rainstorm and the guy with this flopping rain thing, and he hands the Western Union, or it's just like, this is incredible. I was just like, I ate that shit up. I love that trilogy so much, and Back to the Future rules. But there's a couple things that I think that could be higher, and I wanted to get to say this one. How you feel about it, Jordan?
A pure trilogy. Like, each one is called, it's Back to the Future Part 2, Part 3. Each one has a to be continued, a cliffhanger. Like, it's built to be a trilogy. It's like, and they haven't messed with it. I'm sure people have backed dump trucks full of money up to Robert Zemeckis' house and be like, can we please reboot this? And he says, not while I'm still alive. So it is
exactly.
It is 3 movies, 1 story. Perfection. Just
otherwise, Tom Holland would have played this, would have made 10 movies already.
Maybe they would have brought back Eric Stoltz for the next one.
Oh yeah, that'd be a twist.
It's so funny. I also saw Part 2 at Town Square and vividly remember it. Like, you remember the theater experience.
2 guys in front of you, like, looking at each other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, Jordan, did you have anything else on it?
No, I agree. Like, people, but people talk about, 2's not as good as the first one, and 3's not as good as 2. But, like, there's still payoffs, and it wraps up the story so well that I don't mind it's not quite, because there's very little as good as the first one. So even if there is a little bit diminishing returns, still everything pays off so nicely, and there's great callbacks, and you can reference going back, and we see clips from the previous movie. Like, it's tied in so nicely. Like, it feels very well planned out, and it's just fun. It's just a crowd pleasing, great, fun family. 3 family.
Yeah, one of child of the 80s, and we had HBO from time to time, and when we did, we would always record movies onto blank tapes from HBO. And I think I wore out, because that's how I had Back to the Future. I had on one tape, I had Money Pit, Tom Hanks's Money Pit, I had Space Camp, and I had Back to the Future, and I think
that's a trilogy.
Oh my God, why aren't we talking about that one? I wore that tape out. So yeah, Back to the Future, that first movie is like, even now, like, if I catch the beginning of that, I stop. It's just like, I'm gonna watch this.
I have a different mentality. I avoid any of it. Like, if I see any clip, I don't want to see it, because I'm trying to get further and further away from it. So when I pop in that movie, it's so as fresh as it can be. I don't want to be bombarded with it all the time. I just want to, just every few years, just watch it fresh.
It doesn't feel right to me without the HBO intro though. Like that's burned in my brain.
You could just play that off of YouTube or something for you. Shit.
But anyways, I wasn't going into this. I really wasn't sure where you guys were going to place it. Just being honest, and I thought there might be a little strategy.
Some controversy.
Yeah,
I felt like the top 3 are the top 3, and I just think that this one has the weakest sequels. I think both sequels are weaker than the first, and and the other ones, they're in ascending order. Each is less bad as you go up. So we're at number 2. It's Jordan's pick. Now this could be some Jordan could pull something out of his hat here, do something wild. Nope, he knows his job.
Yeah, I could argue this should be number 1, but I'm gonna let things fall where they need to fall.
Why don't you just do what you want to do and argue it, and then we'll see what happens.
Nah, this is what needs to happen.
We never get to use these things.
So these movies, I'm sure I had them each taped off TV or whatever. It's movies. Again, people debate the quality of 1, 2, and 3, but to me, it's basically one thing. These top 2 movies, they're all the same to me. They're all one big happy childhood memory. I don't dislike any part of any of them. So at 2, I'm going to go with the Indiana Jones trilogy. Steven Spielberg's 3 films starring Harrison Ford as the whip-cracking archaeologist. Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981, followed by the prequel, Temple of Doom in 1984, and then capped it off with the classic Last Crusade in 89. 3 perfect action-adventure films, perfect leading man, perfect director. Story just revolutionized the action movie. There's some of these action movies from the 60s, 70s, slow bits, it takes a while to get going. There's not one boring part in any of these movies. It's just pedal to the metal, non-stop, always moving forward. Crazy action stunts, special effects for their day. This is just the perfect movie trilogy to me. Based on kind of the old movie serials, the action adventure Nazi punching heroes of their childhood, Spielberg and Lucas. So I don't know, they created something just perfect. And again, there's been some follow-ups and some continuations that have their moments, but these first 3 are just unimpeachable.
Cliff?
I mean, yeah, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg had a perfect baby, and we named it after the dog. Yeah, I mean, talk about Back to the Future and my VHS homemade tape I had at home, and these were beyond that for me. I mean, I've talked about it before, the 3 original VHS tapes movies we had at my house: Ghostbusters, Temple of Doom, Wrath of Khan, and
another perfect trilogy.
What a deal.
And yeah, I think it's right where it needs to be. I could see an argument maybe for, I could understand somebody's point of view for number 1, but I
That's
think
bigger.
Yeah. But I do love all 3 movies, to the point where I've got a little Indiana Jones action figure thing going on over here now. So yeah, every one of these are just, I especially love Temple of Doom. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's what Indiana Jones should be, just off on some adventure. I love watching him beat up Nazis as much as anybody. But the first and third one were beating up Nazis, and the second one we're just off on some crazy adventure in India, and yeah, they're all wonderful. I don't think it's debatable. I don't think we could say enough good things about this movie unless we sat here and went scene by scene all night long, and to tell you why each little moment is great. There's a reason why, you know, they're still making him, and he's 70 or 80 years old or whatever he is now, and people will still, you know, we might criticize it now, but we'll still go see it because it's an Indiana Jones movie. So these are perfect 80s fare, and super happy they are where they should be.
Yeah, I could wildly use my veto here, but I won't. I think this is where it should be. It's as we record this, today was the 45th anniversary of the release date of Raiders from the Lost Ark. I saw that everywhere today. And I didn't discover Indiana Jones until Temple of Doom was on home, you know, on cable or whatever, and my friend's parents were watching it and down in their basement. We went down there and we're like, what's this? And we sat there and watched the movie, and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, this is, you know, I was like, this is so great. And now I think like Temple of Doom is a little weaker for me than the other two. But it blew my mind at that time. Like, this is incredible. I love this. And I love Raiders. You know, my book I wrote is heavily influenced by Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's ridiculous. And my favorite one is Last Crusade. I love that one the most. Like, I love when a trilogy ends on my favorite movie, you know. And so fantastic.
Throwing Sean Connery into the mix was just a stroke of genius.
It's
because we
so
see the tough, perfect hero. Oh, now his dad's here. He's got like
right.
Yeah, it's just it was such a great twist on thing. Incredible.
They're both so awesome in that stuff. So yeah, no brainer. And I saw Disclosure Day today, and of course there's references in there, and even in his Alien movies, he had to put Indiana Jones in there, and even in Indiana Jones, he had to put aliens in there eventually. So it's like,
yeah,
crazy, but great stuff. We'll have one slot left. Cliff gets to do the honors. We manufactured this all for you to get to do this right now.
I mean,
what's the number one trilogy of all time?
Oh my gosh, it's got to be episode 4, 5, and 6.
Others gonna say the prequels.
better known as Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, and of course, Return of the Jedi. It's my first love. It's just what it is. I was born in 78. Star Wars came out in 77. So I completely grew up on it. I had a large amount of Kenner toys, as we all did back in the day, and it was just there's no other franchise like it. It is summer movies. Here we are 50 years later, and you know, I went and saw a Star Wars movie, you know, a couple weeks ago. So the cultural impact, you know, I'm talking about Clerks, and there's 3 movies movie franchise heavily influenced by its director, who absolutely loved Star Wars and included Star Wars jokes that, you know, in 1993 or 4 or whatever it was, that the first time we heard it, you know, them talking about the Death Star and the workers, and they had families and this and that, we were, you know, it was the most thought-provoking thing some of us had experienced in a movie like that. So anyways, yeah, I think it shaped cinema for a long time after that. It's had so many references, so many copies. Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, the Obi-Wan Cafe, the C-3PO and R2 in the temple in Raiders. So I just the influence is too heavy for me, and like I said, it's what I love.
Yeah, so just like Indiana Jones, I have no perspective as far as even differentiating between the three. I don't rank them in any way. I grew up watching them all together in random order any time I just happened to be able to watch them. So it's all one big trilogy to me. So I love Ewoks as much as I love Hutts, as much as I love droids, to whatever. It's all just one big Star Wars-y gumbo to me. And they'll never stop expanding this universe. They'll never stop making new stories out of minor characters. But this original three is the source of it all. It is the basis to, it could be a religion. It has become a religion, but it's the comic books, to the novels, to the video games, to the theme parks, to the role-playing games, to the action figures and dolls and dress-up costumes and lightsaber toys that we whack each other with when we were kids. Like, it's just so important to pop culture. Almost too important. Like, I could see, it's enough. But again, the purity of this original trilogy is so great, and it'll never be stained by, oh, Disney, they ruined my childhood. That's never going to happen. I'm always going to hold these movies in regards, no matter what the owners of the property do from here on out. So, yeah, great choice for number one. It's perfect for film lovers, and it's perfect for Ka-Pow as a personal choice. So I think we nailed it. I think this is one of our best lists yet.
Wow. I'm inclined to agree. This is a pretty darn good list. Yeah, I don't have anything to say about Star Wars we haven't said a million times. List is finished. Let's count them down. Yeah, Karate Kid at 11, Lord of the Rings at 10, Alien at 9, Captain America at 8, Clerks at 7, Toy Story at 6, Godfather at 5, Die Hard at 4, Back to the Future at 3, Indiana Jones at 2, and Star Wars at 1. That sounds like a lot of great movies. I would watch all that stuff.
Pretty good one.
We did it.
So what did you have left over, Cliff? What were you...
Yeah, that's a good question.
I gotta
know. The world needs to know.
The world needs to know. I had just some personal favorites, I guess. That, because trilogies are kind of, we had the obvious ones, but beyond that, it's kind of tough. Like, maybe we like the first one, made a lot of money. They kept making them after that, but none of them were really any good, a lot of times. But, just some personal favorites. The Austin Powers trilogy, was, it was a thing. It was huge, super popular.
Yeah, I had that. Like, it's hard to remember how big those were.
It was big.
Yes. Yes. And as movies, they're all pretty good. Like, I wouldn't say there's
Mike Myers was big.
Yes, he was.
20 years ago, that guy ruled the earth.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a silly comedy, and he's playing all these different characters, but all these years later, like, there are references that we all know, there are sayings we all know from these movies, and like I said, I think they were all pretty good. I certainly liked them. Beyond that, I had The Hangover movies, I know I didn't expect them to ever make any of these lists, but I wrote it down because first one was great, second two were fine enough. But we went and saw them all. It was always kind of a good time seeing them. They didn't age maybe that particularly well, but yeah, I think they're all, honorable mention type things. Now I thought maybe Guardians of the Galaxy could make the list at some point. So
I expected you to say that. I was surprised you did not put that at 4.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
I thought I'm going to put Toy Story here. In fact, that's almost why I did not put Toy Story there, because I didn't really want you to put Guardians above Cap. I was like, we've already put Cap there, and that's as high as that's the ultimate superhero trilogy as far as I'm concerned. So I was like, we shouldn't, now I don't want Guardians on here. I was like, and if I pick Toy Story, he's definitely going to pick that at 4, but you did not.
I did not.
I expected that, because I think that's a great trilogy. I agree.
I
love the first and the second one, and I like the third one. So it's a quality trilogy. It beats out other trilogies like that. Like at least passed through my mind. You got the Raimi's Spider-Man. It's just the third one sucks, and then you've got Nolan's Batman. The third one's not as good. The first one's not that great, and it's just like
it's really held up by the second one.
In a lot of trilogies that you just can't.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. And I had
stop The Godfather.
Oh no, I had a little lower. I had the Iron Man, 1, 2, and 3, because I also superheroes, but I enjoy those. I like all of those movies enough too. So
all those movies are just about the same level for me. Like I enjoy all of them, but they're just not quite.
Yeah, next level. The Cap, all 3 of those are just bangers. So it's just hard to compete with.
Yeah,
and he's just like so good.
Yeah,
so beloved.
That's pretty much it for me. Everything else I had made the list.
Impressive.
I really didn't have much else, honestly, because after I said how many I had, I sure did say a lot of them. And then he, mentioned some right there. There's the Man with No Name trilogy. I'm not really a huge fan. I've never seen the Colors trilogy. Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's all about.
I kind of expected you to do the before.
That was the one I was saving here to say. That was the one I was like, they will not like this. It should not be on the Ka-Pow list, but I would have that in my top 10 trilogies. The Before trilogy, Linklater. That's the one they did how many years? 14 years between each one, or 7? Maybe it's 7 years between each one. I can't remember. There's like, anyway, it's Ethan Hawke and Julia Delpy. They were kids basically when they did Before Sunrise, which is a great movie, and then they came back years later and reconnected, and it's a walk and talk basically. Those two characters, their relationship. First one's like a one night stand, and then so many years later, are we actually doing this? And then however many years it is between the movies, then they're married, and how's it going now and stuff. So it's really good stuff. I haven't watched it for years because, like I've explained, my psychopathic brain is I got to get it on 4K and then sit down and watch it. So I'm waiting until I've got the best version, the Criterion or whatever of those. But yeah, that'd be in my personal top 10 trilogies. But that's it. Really.
I was struggling. Instead of Godfather, I would have. If you had vetoed Godfather, I would have done the Evil Dead trilogy. But I know.
I'm surprised.
Seth doesn't know that. So I don't know. I felt like that was worthy.
Kind of wish I would have vetoed Godfather now.
Yeah.
My other personal pick would have been the recent Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Oh, I'm surprised you did not say either new or old.
Well, the original are 5 movies long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't. There's still a trilogy. The first 3 is a trilogy. Which one's
wouldn't
Conquest?
That one's 4.
I want to say it's 4. That's the one everybody says is really good. So I could see not bothering with it.
I wouldn't want to bring that before the court and try to argue.
No, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, I loved it. 2011 to 2017, the Andy Serkis CGI apes. I still really love.
Yeah, I hate those.
I know. That's why I didn't say.
Is that the one with James Franco?
I would have definitely.
The first one's got Franco.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, I would have vetoed that shit so fast.
One of those apes should have ate his face.
The other ones you guys didn't mention, the Matrix trilogy. Again, it's just one good movie.
One good movie.
Ty West's horror trilogy with Mia Goth, X, Pearl, and Maxine, very recent. Each one is completely different than the other one, but it ties into one story. It's a great horror movie. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy from the early 90s.
That's the kind of stuff I was worried about.
Yeah, I knew this was the bottom of the list. I knew this was built for honorable mention. The Samurai trilogy, Toshiro Mifune playing the famous samurai Musashi Miyamoto, classic 50s samurai flicks. The Mad Max trilogy, I always enjoyed those. I don't watch them very often, but I always enjoy it. And then Romero's Dead trilogy, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. So that was my honorable mentions.
All right.
Yeah.
The Annals have a new list.
That's right. It's officially in there.
Exciting. Good job, guys. I think we did it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Real good.
You're welcome.
Did we forget anything?
Oh, well, there's the Bourne Identity. The Bourne trilogy was one, but they're all the same movie. Like, they're just the same movie for over and over. The first one was like, it was a big friggin' deal. Like, the Bourne Identity was like kind of a new kind of action movie. It had that shaky cam, and it was just like, it really was that new way of doing an action movie. You know, really on the ground and close up stuff. And I really loved that movie when it came out. Then there was Bourne. Well, I don't know what the second was called. Oh, Bourne Supremacy, and then Ultimatum, I think was the order. But they're all kind of the same movie. Then I never even watched the fourth one or whatever. Jason Bourne, or there's what wasn't there one with Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
took over.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. I like first movie, but again, it's just not a. It didn't make it high enough. It wasn't good enough for the list.
Yeah, I'd thought about originally. I was thinking about Star Trek because there's so many Star Trek movies, and like the first, the first 3 are kind of a story. But I don't really like the first one very well. But I really like, the fourth one. So if I could have went 2, 3, 4, I would have maybe, considered that. But
right, yeah. Well, that's
been
not how this business works. You're lucky we're allowing you to say such a thing now.
Trilogy.
I would have allowed the Money Pit Space Camp, whatever it was, before I'd allow that.
That was a strong.
What would you call the Money Pit Space Camp? Was it Back to the Future? What was the third one?
Back to the Future. Yeah.
What trilogy is that? I mean, if Cornetto trilogy gets a name, surely the Pit Camp back.
What brand of VHS tape did you use? Maxell?
Oh man, I don't know. It was like an RCA or some knockoff.
The RCA
probably.
Trilogy.
Yeah, the RCA.
The tracking trilogy. All right, that's great. That's movies. Movies coming in bunches, numerically ordered. I mean,
I actually had a trilogy on here that only has 2 movies. I figured you wouldn't accept it.
Okay. Probably not.
No, but I put whenever I mentioned doing this list, a year ago probably, and then 6 months ago, and then when I mentioned it this week, you both act like you never heard before in your lives, and which tracked. And then, but when I originally put it, I was hoping that the third movie would come out for this because I feel like I would have been fighting for it.
Tron
Any
3.
guesses?
Tron.
Huh?
Tron. Has that third movie ever come out?
No. No.
It's got to be on a list somewhere.
No, the Spider-Verse.
Ah.
I think the first 2 are freaking great, and I expect the third one to be great too. So I'm sure I would be fighting for it if it existed.
Yeah.
All right.
That's for our future list.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, like to revisit some of these. Would we change them? Would we, I don't know. I guess that's why they're in the annals.
Yeah.
We can't. They're locked up.
You can't go in the annals and start moving shit around.
No.
That's like going into a temple and trying to swap out. You go out there and swap out a movie? Good luck. You better have the right weighted movie to go in there.
That's asking.
What if you
trouble.
swap an RCA with a Max L?
Yeah.
Big trouble, buddy. Big trouble.
That's how you get
a money pit. That's how you get a money pit.
There you go.
George's been trying to end this episode. We're not allowing it.
Man and a woman had a little baby, and they had 3 in the family. That's the magic number. Thanks for listening, everyone. My name is Jordan Love.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm the baby. Bye forever.
Thanks for listening to Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. The best way to support the show is by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/YouDownWithKPP. Catch every episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen. And check us out online at podbean.com. Stay connected with us on YouTube and TikTok for extra content, or send us an email anytime at Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast @gmail.com. All sounds, clips, and media played are the property of their copyright holders. All original content is the property of Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. We'll be back soon with more fun, more laughs, and more pop culture. But until then, ask everybody you know. You down with KPP?